Look, I was going to wait until all these strikes hit to make a video on it, but unfortunately and fortunately, I'm going to be playing my first sold out show of the summer in Brighton. Looking forward to that. And during a time when I should be preparing, when I should be looking ahead, unfortunately, we've got all this to deal with. And it looks like this is a situation that's not only affecting me, but affecting many other reaction channels out there. So you get this video in the hopes that it can create more awareness on this, that it can get some more coverage. And who knows, maybe there's a 1 in a million chance that someone at UMG watches this and has a change of heart, although I highly doubt it. So before we dive into this situation, let's do a quick crash course into how the YouTube copyright system works. I make a video breaking down an artist's song, I upload and publish it. Well, then the label, aka UMG, looks at it and goes, hey, you used our artist's song. And they'll deliver a copyright claim on that video. Or in more recent cases, they'll deliver a takedown notice and a copyright strike. Now you may...
So let's go ahead and pause it there. As a lot of y'all know, some of y'all are YouTubers, some of y'all have made reaction videos before. So you already knew this. You knew how it goes down when it comes to content, reaction music specifically. So most of the times it goes under fair use. So when you're using some type of clips from other YouTube videos or movies, and you're having some type of educational dissection or analysis, then it could be classified as fair use. But when it comes to music, it's tricky because we have the content ID system that immediately picks up a lot of the music reactions. So with UMG being one of the biggest, labels, literally, that's what we're talking about with the Kendrick and Drake situation. UMG has been the #1 target. They apparently, these last few weeks, have been targeting music reactors specifically. As you can see with Knox Hill, we have a lot of other reactors having the exact same issue. And as you can tell on my channel, I haven't been reacting to a lot of music. And this is literally the exact same reason. The exact same reason, because I had issues earlier in my career on this channel with copyright strikes, videos being blocked. So I just quickly switched my strategy to start making more talking head videos, more commentary videos. And that's turned out the best. But at the same time, it's going to affect the entire ecosystem of music reactions in general, because at first they were allowing us to at least put the videos up. We weren't getting monetized from it, but at least we could still get the views, we can get the attention, and it was mutual. Now they're completely blocking everything. So if you upload it, it can be struck, copyright strike, and if you get 3 copyright strikes, you're completely gone, done.
You may look at it and go, well, hang on, what I'm doing is fair use. I have legal grounds. I have the right to appeal this. And you go through the appeal process. But that's where YouTube fails its content creators. Because once you fill out the form, once you send that appeal, it's not YouTube who decides your case. It's not YouTube who reviews your claim. It's not even a third-party agency who looks at it legally, who looks at it and can weigh in from a non-biased perspective. No, your claim and your appeal goes directly to the person or the agency or business who made the claim against you. Now, I don't think it takes a quantum physicist to connect the parallels here, but what do you think is going to happen when you appeal a claim and the person who originated that claim against you gets the chance to be the judge and decide on it? Are they out of...
Honestly, this is one of the biggest issues that we've been dealing with. Not only just with the music reaction side, it's just YouTube content creation and the fair use system and the copyright claim system in general. Because I've had, like I said earlier, I've had issues in the past where I've stopped doing a lot of reactions because I've had someone copyright strike the entire channel. And then once you are on that type of copyright strike, then you have a 90-day probation. So in my response, as I said earlier in the stream, I started Starsky Radio. So a lot of the music that you hear on this channel was specifically made for Starsky. The lo-fi music you hear, the music that's on this channel, is all mine. That's it. So no more copyright strikes for me. And that's how I can solve that. But the issue is that not everybody has that same ability. And at the same time, it's going to affect the musicians, because as a fan, as someone who consumes music, we love listening to music reactions. Not only do we actually listen to the album, We listen to different people react to the album at the exact same time. This is an entire ecosystem. So this is also promotion for the musicians themselves. I literally had Ray Vaughn reach out to me and able to whitelist my videos because I reacted to his album. And he understands that music reactors reacting to your music, that's a great thing. It's a mutual respect. So that's a lot of artists that do that. But there's some artists, you see with UMG and Knox Hill in their situation, they're so old school. They're still stuck in this old school mentality. They don't understand that this is literally destroying a lot of the organic marketing that a lot of these artists could receive. We've already had the issue with UMG and TikTok. They taking all their artists off TikTok. They're not doing anything for the consumer because we have plenty of content. They're only hurting themselves.
Nowhere just going to magically change their minds and remove the claim against you? Probably not. I mean, at the end of the day, they're the ones who originated the process in the first place. And this happens not only with music. This happens with movies. This happens with film. This happens with sports.
I just said it.
Across all genres of music. The way that the copyright system is automated and set up. It definitely doesn't favor the content creators who are the backbone of how YouTube started in the first place. And for me, that's a shame because that's the appeal of YouTube. You know, anybody with an idea, anybody with a dream can publish a video. And there's always sort of that entrepreneurial content creation spirit that was so appealing about YouTube that many people flocked to. And it was individual content creators who really helped to uplift this platform in its early years and help it take off. And I'm not the only one who's made videos on the broken content ID system, on the broken.
And I want to speak to that as well. And I see J Tom in the chat as well, because J Tom, he's also a reactor. So he understands exactly what's going on. He's also going to be affected by this. So if you're a content creator, we are also entrepreneurs. So the way that we use reactions, we understand that we're not going to get paid from. And most of us, we're completely fine with that. That's cool. We don't necessarily have to get paid from it because those reactions are a lost lead. They allow us to attract an audience, get subscribers, get views, and then we can trickle them down to other different videos. So that's literally a part of the business plan for Starsky. At the very beginning, you can go back and see a lot of my initial videos were just strictly reaction videos. And then I started trickling down into making the live streams and other organic content. But this is going to completely destroy not just a lot of channels, because of course UMG doesn't care. But going back to saying what Knox Hill was talking about, this is not just music. This is literally an issue that's been going on for years now. Content creation, fair use, copyright strikes, what's fair, what's unfair. This conversation will still continue going on forever and ever. Like, I honestly don't know what's going, I don't know what needs to be done. Because this has been happening, even going back to the situation with academics. Remember when he got caught talking to that little kid, 13-year-old child? Academics didn't receive any punishment, but people like me and people that responded and actually covered that news, they got some type of copyright strike for child endangerment just for covering the story itself. So we're going to keep bringing this situation back up each and every single time.
Copyright claim system. There are many videos out there. It's very easy to do a search on it. And it's just a shame because it really feels like, especially in recent years, you know, caring for its individual creators has been pushed aside by YouTube. It's more about automated systems. It's more about favoring the bigger businesses and telling us to wait outside while some of these multinationals, some of these big labels, some of these huge entities, well, they're the ones who get to negotiate their own deals behind closed doors. So where does that leave this channel? Well, I've been wading these waters for years. I've been in constant threat of dealing with claims, of dealing with strikes, of possibly having my channel removed. And I've managed to navigate these very shaky waters, but I've managed to, you know, find a way to survive and to keep the channel floating. That is until recently. Now, I've warned of this as one of the possible repercussions of the Drake and Kendrick lawsuit, and the fact that reactors were being named in the lawsuit, the fact that the whitelisting and allowing reactors to monetize a music release was being used as evidence in court, and what it could possibly lead to in terms of the labels just really cracking down on reaction channels, on breakdown channels. And unfortunately, in recent weeks, I've noticed that UMG has become just incredibly aggressive with its copyright system. Normally, it was a claiming system. Now they're really starting to abuse and to use copyright strikes and take down notices.
And we told y'all what would happen. We told y'all, and y'all were laughing. When y'all got name dropped in the lawsuit, they were laughing. Now they want to take it seriously. Knox Hill, they were already taking it seriously, of course. But there was a side of the people that were actually name dropped. They didn't take this seriously at all. They thought it was just fun and games. So they want to prevent this entire situation from happening altogether. So what they're going to do in order to prevent this situation from happening ever again, they're just going to say, hey, you can't react anymore. Because Drake was accusing people of being paid from being whitelisted, calling us K-bots. Now you're saying, hey, we can't risk this anymore. And YouTube is a business. They're going to put the money before anything else. So this is the result, man. This is what's going to happen. Y'all laughed, man.
As a weapon to just mute out creators. I've honestly never seen such a shift in tactics from them, and unfortunately, my channel is one of those in the firing line. This Friday, I have 3 copyright strikes that are due to hit my channel. Now, these aren't claims, these are actual takedown notices and strikes that are due to be served on my channel this Friday from Universal Music Group. And last week, I made a post about getting a copyright strike from Empire, which means that on Friday, it's kind of just a huge day on this channel and a very impactful day because I will be over YouTube's 3-strike limit. Now back to the YouTube copyright system. They operate a 3-strike and you're out rule. So if you get 3 or more strikes, that's it. Your channel can get permanently banned and removed from YouTube. You can't make any alternate accounts. You're done. That is the coup de grace for content creators. The other scary thing is that while you're undergoing this process of review and hopefully trying to appeal it, they can freeze your channel so that you can't upload any videos, which means I can't generate revenue, which means I can't earn a living because I am literally being frozen out from creating content on this account, which from my perspective is absolutely insane. Now I get it. Reaction channels have always operated in a...
And I told y'all, this is going to affect the entire ecosystem of hip hop. This lawsuit is not just about Drake and his ego. Dog, this is going to affect everything. We told y'all what was going to happen. Even right now, Punch is on Twitter having the exact same conversation. I'll pull up the tweet real quick. Because if you haven't seen it yet, he was just going at what's the dirt. All right, it says, the divide in hip hop is insane. It's like 2 different ideologies. The battle may have been the catalyst, but it feel like it's been bubbling for a while. No matter the topic is, you can tell clearly who falls on what side. He goes even further to say, depending on what side was taken in the battle, that same group of people, like the same sports star, same politician, same stance on whatever issue, etc. It's like a social experiment. Dog. That's literally what we've been talking about. Going back to Drake popping out with Morgan Wallen, him aligning with DJ Academics and Aiden Ross, those Avengers on the alt-right side. Like we've been saying it's a cultural shift. It's not just a black and white thing. Drake tried to make this not like us against Canadians. He tried to make it about being anti-Semitic. He tried to make it about him being called a colonized, a white boy. Like he tried to make it everything besides what it actually is. Literally, this is not culturally relevant. We told y'all Drake wants to burn down hip hop culture. He does not want to see us succeed. He's the most competitive, anti-competitive person ever. He wants to pretend to be extremely collaborative, but also be extremely competitive at the same time. It just leads to being extremely passive aggressive. So his lawsuit, he wanted us to brand it as being for the artist, for the small person. He's literally destroying the entire ecosystem for the smaller artists. Smaller artists are the ones who truly benefit from these reaction videos. The smaller YouTubers, we're the ones who benefit from these things. The entire music ecosystem is benefiting from these reactions. What else could we do? Like, this is literally how our conversations get started. This is the mass majority of the views are coming from reactions. Us sitting back enjoying music as a collective. We're in the middle of a loneliness epidemic. We already went through a pandemic where people had nothing but time to sit alone with their own thoughts. People want to connect. And music has always been seen as a universal language. So music itself is a way for random strangers from around the world to connect with each other. And Drake is completely destroying that because of his ego. His ego is hurt. So now UMG has to crack down on their copyright strikes because one person wants to burn down all of hip hop. Nah, man. Nah. Can't do that. It's crazy, man.